Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. I wanted to also let you know at 11 o'clock, Lisa Daly is doing her Wednesday at 11 a.m. stream. So I totally understand if you want to catch some time over there. I always enjoy watching it. I'll probably watch it in the background and probably catch the replay also a little bit later when I want to do more writing sprints. But today we're here to be productive. I hope you're working on your nano projects and I got a little bit more organized. I have my whiteboard up there. I came up with some makeshift chapter titles just to keep me moving in my story. I personally am a very visual person. If you are too, this may help to have it written out in front of you. I also have it in a notebook. Um, do what works for you and what helps motivate you and move along. We're going to get right into our first writing sprint. This morning, I have my document up. I'm going to spend a little time drinking my coffee, looking over some things, going through my chapter titles this first sprint. So I'm going to get that ready, get prepared, and try to be productive today. So if you'd like to join me on screen today, I think I'm going to be streaming for quite a while today, trying to get some words in. I'll put the link in the chat during this sprint, and we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sprint. And hi, Kibby. Nice to see you. Welcome back, everybody. Feel free to let me know how you did in the chat. I'm going to check out what my word count is. I hope you're having a great day. And I do have, am watching Lisa Daly in the background while I'm working. I'm working on my coffee a little bit here, trying to get into my document, move along, and I'm going to get that word count for you right now. Feel free to leave your last line in the chat if you would like to share. Let's see. I am at 21,134 since yesterday. I ended with 20,867. Let me just reach this here. Get my word count. Let me know how you're doing. Is your story coming along? Are you struggling? At this point, I'm right around the midpoint, and so the midpoint, the first 25 is pretty much the beginning, last 25 is the end, and the middle 50% is where I'm at. It can be tough for everyone, or it can be your favorite part. Let me know what's the toughest part of writing a story for you. Is it the beginning, the middle, or the end? I'm getting my word count right now. And it looks like, oh, I think I did that wrong. Let's see. 2-1. I got 267 that sprint. So not too bad. Getting back into my document here. So we'll do that. I know it's a little bit of a quiet day today. I'm going to keep moving along. 267 for the first sprint. Hello, Nick Nameless. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate the support. And if I can support you in any way, let me know. Heather popped in. Hi, Kibby. Heather was running an errand, but she's here. And this is the link if you would like to join on screen and write together. I'm going to be going for quite a while today. I'm going to start the second sprint really, really soon. Make sure you're taking time and not burning yourself out. Take stretch breaks, especially if you're doing long days like 5K, 10K days. I haven't done that yet. I'm trying to be productive right now. I'm typing, but I may move into dictation a little bit later, seeing where I'm at in the story. So I'm going to get the next timer up, and I want to keep moving along and sprinting the day away. Let me see what my last line was. I could probably share something. You're always overthinking things. Let's go, Father. He asked us to come to the dining hall. Turney walked away from Arabella and Aurelia. I'm not going to be late, you know how Father gets when everything's going on. I don't want him to have a reason to lash out against me. Arabella agreed and led Aurelia towards the ever-increasing noise in the dining hall. The volume increased the closer they got, and Arabella could hear all the muffled chatter and conversations in her head. Arabella took a deep breath and tried best to calm her mind. Stepping through the great stone archway that brought them into the dining hall, Arabella could see many heads of council and the kings of all three realms. Casual discussions about the upcoming battle and their attack plans. Arabella tried to soak in conversations by the people who seemed to be leading the arguments. Gathering information to use later was one of Arabella's greatest gifts. Her memory stored the thoughts quickly and accurately, a true ability. So, hope I didn't give too much a spoiler away. That's the last little paragraph that I wrote in this story. I'm going to keep moving along because I know where I'm going with it, And so I'm going to keep plugging away. I hope you will too. If you want, feel free to share some of your story or your last line. It's always fun to get a little idea of what other people are working on. And thanks for joining me today. And once again, best-selling writer, author, and writing coach Lisa Daly is streaming today. She streams on Wednesdays with a whole crew of wonderful author tubers. If you get a chance, check that out. I'm going to actually watch the replay later and keep working away. And if you would like to sprint, we're going to start in just a moment here. Let me get that up. Having kind of an off week, but still being positive and in the mindset, hoping to get past the halfway mark today. So if you want to let me know how you're doing on your nano project, you can join us right away. And I'm going to get the sprint going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Welcome back, everyone. I am so sorry I hit that a little early. I apologize. Welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself?
No worries. Sure. I am Heather Dewey Pettit, and I was late, but I had an errand to run, and let's see. I can go into my spiel, I guess. I'm a writer, editor, and artist, and I am writing a nano project. I'm writing a nano project. I don't know. I'm writing in my nano project, which is my long form story, which is basically a young adult fantasy with epic undertones. Let's see. I'm an editor and artist. As an editor, I am a freelance line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. And as an artist, I love working with stamps and ink, and I like making cards. And I have an Etsy shop, and I have a sale going on.
Very nice.
What's going on?
And thanks, Nicknameless. And I said, nice. I like. Maybe that's. I'm hoping that's from the little portion of my story that I shared last sprint. And how's your morning going? Are you being productive? Are you in a document? Are you printing, creating?
Right now, I was just actually doing some dictating. I did get into documents and made food and did eat a little bit. Let's see.
I'm at 21,302 so far. And I'm not sure what I did on that sprint, but I also made food because my oldest son likes to stop on his way to work to get his lunch packed. So I made leftover meatloaf sandwiches because I made meatloaf last night.
Oh, there you go. Apparently, I dictated 58 words and ate food, and which is I've made more foods because I was really hungry. I hadn't eaten anything yet at all. Just had coffee.
Heather, I want to let you know I'm going through your story again, and we'll talk off screen. But I made some notes chapter by chapter.
I'm kind of curious. You don't have to tell me, but what page are you on?
Well, I already read through it, but now I'm going back through it and making notes on each chapter of what I thought. Which I'm really liking. There's a lot of things that I wrote on there that I really like.
Okay.
And I don't want to give spoilers of your story, even though I like to read parts of mine.
A lot of mystery going on. So yeah.
I will tell you, let's see, my favorite chapter so far is chapter 9. So far, that's my favorite chapter. Chapter 9. Just to let you know. That's what I made a big heart, and that was my favorite chapter, I think, so far.
Let's see. I remember, I've recently moved things around, or not moved things, but renumbered things.
Yeah, I really like that chapter a lot.
Okay.
So, there's not too many people in the chat today. I know Lisa's on, and they're going at it. I'm going to rewatch that, but I want to keep being productive too, and showing up when I say I'm going to show up. So that's why I'm here, even when
I understand.
I've had a hard time showing up this week, but I've showed up. So there's that.
I didn't plug my mic in, but so I hope everybody can hear me.
Oh yeah. And I'm feeling pretty productive today. Like I could go for a little while today. So do you have a lot going on today?
I spill it for the second time today. Let's not do that.
I'm using my author tube mug today.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I never did get around to buying one of those.
I bought that last year, maybe.
I remember when
it was last year.
They made them. Yeah, I think they made them last year.
Yeah, I like that, and my evergreen writing oasis mug always motivate me.
Ooh. So. Ooh. I'm getting too warm in this.
I want to see. Let's see. I'm just going to keep subtracting it from the day because
it was cool earlier. I actually looks like I ended up dictating a little more yesterday evening. So I'll have to add that in too. And I think, what did I just say? 58. Wrote 58.
I'm at 438 for the day.
Oh, very cool.
So that's where I am.
Oh, let's see.
And I think I'm preferring to type instead of dictate right now because I'm thinking longer about what I'm writing at this point. So.
Oh. I went to write these numbers in this little notebook I have that I keep with my book writing stuff. I apparently had written a tagline a couple weeks ago, and I forgot about it. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Belief can draw you into your fate.
And it's true. Yeah.
And it's true, and I think it applies to my story, basically.
And I know you were on screen in the beginning of the sprint, but if you look up there, you see my whiteboard. You'll be happy with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I came up with I have some chapter titles.
Ooh, The Stolen Prince. Love it.
Oh, you can read it from there.
Very fancy.
Yeah, I have. These are makeshift ones for my story. Mind you, I'm writing fantasy about multiple kingdoms defeating a common enemy. So I have A Proper Princess, The Stolen Prince, Rolled by the Crown, Lost in the Dream, The Perfect Team, A Challenged Connection, Duties and Allegiance, A Whole New Crew, Into the Dark, Gloomy Governance, Safe for the Moment, No Place Like Home, Attack of the, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Chapter 14, Bow Before Me. Chapter 15, The Great Escape. Chapter 16, Worlds at War. Chapter 17, Power Plays and Retrieval. Chapter 18, In It to Win It. Chapter 19, Peace or Destruction. So it's just like makeshift titles for now, but right. I did something. Yeah. So
I like them. I like those.
Yeah, I'm giving spoilers.
What do you like of mine? Mine are kind of fantasy-esque, but some of them I didn't want to like give too much away. Also,
these are just makeshift titles, but it's keeping me motivated to keep moving.
Oh yeah, I've done that. For sure.
Yeah, it feels pretty good though, even just to do that. So, like when I'm in here and I'm like, where is my brain? I can just look at that and remember what this whole big scene of this chapter is about. So that's what I did that last night. I probably shouldn't have read all those and give spoilers away, but by the time I'm finished with this, people will probably have forgotten all that. So by the time I'm done with this story. And I was listening to some other YouTubers talk about, writing story and not burning yourself out on one project, and maybe when it's rough, moving to another project. And I almost use that as a procrastination tool to write on this because I'm like, I'm not feeling it great. Should I start this other thing I'm working on? And then I'm like, no, I said I'm going to stick to this for Nano, and I'm going to try my best. So, I'm going to use my journaling as my counter. Like when I get sick of working on my story, I'm going to journal instead of working on another story. So maybe that'll assist.
I've done similar things where I just need a break and I'll do something completely different, either journaling or.
Yeah. But you still want to keep in the flow of writing and keep it in your habit,
But using that to think through to think through things
Mhm.
helps. Sometimes you just need to do something else with your hands.
Yes, I understand that totally. That's interesting. That's interesting because for so long I always did things with my hands too because I cut hair. And writing, I'm always moving my fingers too. So maybe
Yeah, with writing and like you were doing, what was that yesterday? Coloring.
yes.
Uh,
I sent you an Instagram picture of
film. Oh yes, you did. Of was that the page or the card?
no, that was the page I colored.
It looked really good.
Thank you. Um I put the cards is it on top? Is it on top?
I was that was great. You did a great job then.
Oh, I just did that during the sprint. I really like this when I need to relax and I want to think about something, I'll pull a card and then I'll color the picture. So it makes me think a little bit, and it was a nice card, so not too bad. I'm pretty ready to keep going because I'm in the flow. I'm writing. How about
Turn
you?
something off anyway, and I was hungry. I made myself some eggs, and I had a hankering for hash browns. I didn't have any,
Ooh,
and I didn't stop to get anything on the way home. So I put some I put some fries in the air fryer.
that sounds good too.
Made a couple of eggs, so that was actually hit the spot.
That sounds so good. I'd love some fries with my meatloaf sandwich. I had
Yeah,
leftover meatloaf, and my son's like came home to get lunch, and I was gonna make him a regular sandwich. I'm like, hey, you want a leftover meatloaf sandwich? And I was like, you know what? I'll make me one too. It sounds good. So worked out well.
there you go.
Ugh, I am ready to keep going. I hope you guys are too. And you want to count down? You want me to count down? I don't
Um,
mind.
I can count down real quick if you'd
Yay!
like.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going until I get to 1600 sprinting, or I'm just totally exhausted. So you're welcome to stay as long as you need to. If you have to go, I totally understand.
No, I'm fine. Let's
Great.
see. Hey guys. We're gonna do some sprinting, but before we do, please remember to stretch, and remember to sit up straight in your chair because that's really good for your back and everything else. What is this? Is a 25-minute timer?
20-minute timer.
20. Okay.
It's
Um,
actually Joe Ninja Hen's author tube timer. So you can see some of the wonderful books, including Lisa Daly, who's streaming right now, and some others that are on Lisa Daly's stream right now. So um,
um,
seeing their books gives me
it's a cross author tube, which I like as well.
yes, I love it.
There's a lot of variety. Anyway, get up and walk around if you need to. I gotta get up and go do a thing. So I think we're good. I think we're ready to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sprint.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you did well on that sprint. My total so far for my Nano project is 21,421. Feel free to get your totals right now or share your last line if you would like. 2 minus 2. I'm at 854 for the day so far. So I'm about halfway to my Nano goal for today. How are you doing, Heather?
Actually, I didn't write anything, but I was reading through. I had scrolled back to chapter 9, and just to kind of get my head in a good headspace, I guess, because that is also one of my favorite chapters, actually.
Oh, nice. I really like that one a lot.
Get into the right tone and such. You know what I mean?
I really,
You know
yeah, I like the story in that chapter a lot. I like your story a lot, but I really like that chapter. I thought it was detailed. I thought the flow was great. I felt like it went through the scene very smoothly, and it brought a lot of things together that you were talking about in the previous chapters. I really liked it.
Awesome. That makes me very, very happy.
Oh, good.
Cool.
I have lots of notes.
You know what I mean? It's like, I just mean that, it makes me happy that it seems to be working. The story seems to be working. So
yes. And I made all kinds of little notes too. So
that's what I want. Yeah, I'll be working on a critique that I need to actually work on sometime today. So I will be doing that this afternoon.
I'm very new at critiquing other people's writing besides the basic, besides the very basic critique you give after you read a story. Like, okay, I really like the story or I didn't like it. This I'm actually, I'm trying to really think about things. So.
Right. Yeah. And the things that I was looking for were things like consistency in the characters and consistency with, the plot, and make sure, things make sense.
I have a lot of questions.
You have a lot of questions.
Yes.
Okay.
But, good. I was taking all the advice you were giving me on giving people critiques and how you should find like two positives versus the one thing somebody should think about or fix. Yeah. So I'm going through it again with a different mindset. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just saying beginning and ending a specific comment or whatever on a positive note. That's I like doing things that way. Yes. Even when I'm editing, I like to do that if I possibly can.
But it's good to be very honest with someone. You know what I mean? When you're doing that, not mean, not brutal, but honest about what you think. And where
if you have an editor who is brutal, then they're probably not for you.
Yes. No. And yeah. See, if I wanted brutal, I'd have one of my sisters read my writing. I have 3 older sisters, 2 younger sisters. They'll be brutal to me, I'm sure.
I can come.
So, one I can think in particular who is a very big reader of the biggest reader of romance I've ever known. One of my older sisters, like even since high school, would blow through like a thick romance novel in like 2 days. Like she just reads and reads and reads and yeah.
Believe it or
give
not,
her some romance of your own to read, and you're like,
She's always reading romances.
Yeah. I mean, she has just
she was
shelves of romance books.
I've seen boxes and
Crazy.
boxes of her romance books.
Yes, my mother was very into them, but so I like romances too, but
Every once in a
Yeah.
while, my mother would, but that was not very common.
but do our expectations of our own relationships change if we read a lot of those? I've seen people's expectations change after they've read those for years and years and years. So
And then you're like, then you turn to your significant other and go, why?
Step it up, buddy. Step it up. Get with the program here. Didn't you read this book? That's when you find specific parts to read out loud to them to coerce them along. Get with the program. Yeah. I'm just joking. I'm just joking around. I like the joke. But well, there's a little bit of truth to that, I think, but mostly a joke. Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm halfway to my nano goal for today. And
awesome.
I'm working on a scene that's it's multiple people's conversation. So I'm working with a couple different characters in this scene, going back and forth between them before there's a break apart. So we'll see how far I get on that. Oh, pretty good. So, and I shaved my face with, I ate half that sandwich. I still have the apples. And I opened up my dragon
for the next one. You know, my fries. And I even made myself some small chicken tenders. I was really hungry.
That's my goodness. It's good to eat.
Oh, well. I do well when I eat protein.
Yes. Very good. I really like things like pistachios and almonds and things like that too to snack on. And Jelly Belly jelly beans are my favorite. So I'm thinking about bringing my vending machine down here out of my bedroom to have on my desk because I haven't moved that yet.
That's probably a good idea.
I don't know if you remember, I had a big vending machine of them on my desk.
We did have one at one point, a little vending machine, a little, bubblegum machine.
Mine's like actual candy store machine. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. We have a few of those in our garage, along with a lot of other
doodads,
supplies for a small business indoor. So we have quite a bit of that kind of stuff, shelving and stuff for the inside of a store. So contemplating another business, but not sure if we're going to do it right now. So. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on my book and I'm going to get the next sprint ready. I do have something to think about. I was thinking about food. Wow, what a coincidence. And I was thinking with the holidays approaching, what are some of your favorite dishes to pass? And because my characters right now are in a dining hall, and it's a big gathering right now that's going on in my story. And I started thinking about food. I haven't described any of the food on the table. It's more about what's going on situationally. So maybe I'll throw in a line about what they're eating or something, but the main focus isn't about what's on the table. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But some favorite holiday dishes to pass. So if you want, leave that in the comments when we come back. Can think about that. I can think of a few things that are my family's must be on the table dishes. I could think of a few. Side dish wise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that'll be something to think about during the stream. But we do want to be productive and keep writing. And I'm doing really well for time, I think, on the sprints. So I'm going to keep going. I'm about halfway to goal. So you're going to keep working, Heather, or?
Yeah, I'm going to keep working on, I have a few things that I want to dictate
I'm
a
going to
little bit
actually get
more.
up and move around a little bit.
Might dictate a little bit more. I might also get some, um, get an art project out and work on it. So
Nice. I did open up my I had to open it 3 times. It didn't want to open for some reason, my dragon. But I'm all ready to go. I'm going to stand up and move around and do some dictation this sprint and get out of my chair for a few minutes, I think. Or else I'm just going to keep eating the sandwich behind me and I'm not going to get anything done. I have some cookies eyeing me too. So I keep reminding myself it's for the whole afternoon, not just now.
Right.
I like to spread it out over a few hours of if I'm gonna be in my little writing hole here. All right. I'm gonna get the next timer ready. And I'll do the countdown since you did it last time. Let's see. Here we go. We're gonna be writing. Feeling pretty good. With every sprint, I feel like I get in a better mood. But I'm always in a better mood when I'm hanging out with Heather Dewey Pettit, who also be good. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like in my head, like I was just about to say, oh, she'll be streaming it. I'm like, it's not Thursday. My head keeps thinking it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't want to vacuum. I have to vacuum the whole house on Wednesdays.
This morning myself for a little while. Wait, what day is it? Oh yeah, it's Wednesday.
Whew. But we're gonna get going. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep being productive.
Yes.
And it has been a few sprints. So if you have not got up, moved around, done some stretches, maybe a couple side bends, just stretch the waist out and the arms so you can be more relaxed when you sit. Do that. Stuff your face if you need to, but make sure you have your document up. And that's the only way you're gonna get anything written is it if it's up at least. And try to get your hands on the keyboard. And we're going to sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you did well on that sprint. I was calculating and I think I wrote a few more words. So I'm at 22,007. So I just went over the 22,000 mark, which is great. Let me know how you did in the chat, how you're doing today, if you're doing NaNoWriMo, and possibly what kind of project you're working on. And Heather, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I just wrote, dictated a bunch of words. Coming up with my, getting close to my, getting very close to the exact scene of the midpoint.
Oh, that's great.
So that makes me happy.
Now, did you super plan it out, or when you're writing the story, you really had it planned out, you knew where you were going?
When I had to, when I was getting the versions of what you saw, really down and nailing them down, I was. Mm-hmm. I was really doing a lot of research on structure and talking about chapters and things like that. So I some of the things I've been working on lately, not quite so much, but why can't I do that? Okay.
I'm at, while you're doing that, I am at 1,140 words so far today while sprinting. So I have one, I would say I'm gonna try to dictate through the next sprint and get up to my word count goal. But I could say one or two more sprints I could probably do. See how long it takes. I'm pretty good for, I don't know how you're doing for time. It is 1 o'clock just about now. I can go up until around 2 o'clock because I have to vacuum and I have to go to the grocery store and a couple other things to do today.
Things like that to do myself. So. I might. I apparently wrote 292 words.
That's great.
Some of that will be condensed, but yeah.
That's very great.
Being very close to my midpoint scene.
Very cool.
But
you know, not every day you can, for me personally, not every day I can go fast. And it really depends on what I'm writing too. So I'm in a part where I'm thinking things out and trying to be more detailed about things. So in the mood, I think I'm getting that mood. I think I'm getting that mood moving from fall to winter, where everything's colder and darker sooner and a little bit gloomier right now. The trees are starting to be bare and cold, and it's getting wind, so we'll see. I was outside raking up some leaves yesterday, and it's getting really chilly up here. So
very cool. I mean, it's we have such opposite weather that it kind of makes me happy to hear other people's what the weather is in a completely different state. Because we just don't get that much winter here.
Maybe in December when it really snows, I'll stream in front of the window while it's snowing.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll do that when we get sometimes we get up to even like 4 feet of snow or more. So
I haven't seen
We get a
snow in
lot.
a lot. Real snow, proper snow.
It's dangerous though.
Wow,
There's
over 30
dangerous.
years.
It can be
Oh,
dangerous.
sure, it can be. And and Atlanta is now famous for people driving not improperly in
Mhm.
whatever.
I just got my snow tires put on last week, so hopefully I'm good. New windshield wipers on. Really good new windshield wipers because those needed replaced, and you got to do the antifreeze and all that stuff. I'm not going to pretend I know much about cars, but I know when they have to go to the car garage. So
Yeah. Actually, I just divvied up a couple of words that were together.
looks like Justin popped in. Hi, Justin. I'm a bit occupied, but I will try to come back, hoping you're still streaming. Well, I think we're gonna do 1 or 2 more streams today. Um, I have about 500 more words I need to get in. So we're gonna do that. Doesn't look like too many people in the chat right now, but that's all right. And Heather, before we go back on, what the food thing?
The food
So
thing.
are there anything you like to make for the holidays, food wise? And if you're describing any food in your story, what kind of food are you describing in your story? Not you, but the chat.
So
For the food in the story, if they're writing like I'm talking. I actually just
food in my story, but it might give things away.
I just wrote a speech. You know, that they were all drinking to, pretty much a battle speech. So
okay. Cool.
That's what I was just working on this last sprint. So that's where I am. And my main character trying to deal with a situation with her father after he just gave this big speech because she doesn't want to do something she has to do. So I'm giving away so many spoilers, but I feel like by the time it's all finished, like the last draft, it's going to be so different. So, and I'm trying to get better with sharing, so it's okay. It'd be pretty good. So the food thing, I'm sorry, Heather.
Well, the one thing that I thought of was pumpkin pie, because I do like to make the classic Libby's, recipe of pumpkin pie. So there's that. I do like to make the spice cake often. It's pretty easy to do. It's like you kind of make it in the pan kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Ooh, sounds good.
So it's a spice cake. So I do often make that. What did I used to make? Oh yeah. I also have made homemade bread.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I might make that and take that to my in-laws.
That sounds really yummy too.
It always makes the house smell so good when you make bread.
I have 2 dishes that anytime I have a family dinner, whether it's Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, any holiday, and sometimes even in the summer, there's 2 dishes that I have to make. One is called the green stuff, which is pistachio pudding, Cool Whip, mini marshmallows, pineapple chunks, mandarin oranges, and cherries, and cottage cheese. Interesting. Yeah. And then the other one also has a lot of those ingredients, but it's rosamarina pasta. You make like a roux with the fruit juices and an egg. You make like the roux and the sauce, and you put the sauce in the orzo or rosamarina pasta. And then all the canned fruit, the pineapples, oranges, cherries, you mix them with that. And then you do the Cool Whip in it. And it's like this white fluffy stuff. Some people eat it with coconut in it, but
Right.
I don't put the coconut in it.
I've seen all of that. Yeah.
Those are the 2 must-haves. Like, people would be disappointed if I did not make those at every single holiday function. So those I know I have to like make for sure, 100%.
Oh man, yeah. I might have to I've never tried to make any of those, but I grew up with that. So
Mhm.
I also grew up with sometimes she'd make put fruit in Jello.
Yeah.
Nobody
Gra
really does that
One
anymore,
of the grandmas used to make this stuff, which, sadly she passed, but at a very, very ripe age, and, she made this stuff called applesauce Jello, where she
okay,
mixed the applesauce in the Jello, and,
interesting.
yeah, and, the kids love it,
Oh, okay.
like a cherry or strawberry Jello with applesauce in it and
Oh,
sets.
interesting.
Yeah, that was the only
What
person
is
I
that
ever knew that
texture
made
like?
that, though,
Do
so.
you, do you get the applesauce texture?
It has the applesaucey texture in it, yeah, but it's like a
Oh, interesting.
Jello. Yeah, it's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know, that's the only person I ever knew that made that, though, but isn't it interesting how so many people have so many different things that they
Right, right.
enjoy?
Oh, absolutely. I find that fascinating, especially, after I got married and stuff, because and then you see what other families do and I was like, I've never seen a what was it, a corn corn pudding?
Oh,
Yeah.
cornbread pudding. Like a
Yeah.
My family make, cornbread casserole, like a
Yeah,
cornbread
it was
casserole.
a cornbread casserole, but it had like lots of corn in it.
Mhm, like a cream corn in it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to say cream corn. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'll try it.
Pretty good?
And then it's grown on me. It's really grown on me. I wasn't sure at first, but yeah, I like it now. I'm like, oh yay, somebody made that. So
I made cornbread muffins last night with dinner with the meatloaf and stuff last night, so
I almost made that, but I
but there's
think
none
I
left.
might make it tonight because we're supposed to be having uh, enchiladas.
Ooh. I don't know what I'm cooking yet, so I started the day not
It's a
even knowing
whole
what
one
day
of
it was.
the
I keep thinking it was
project.
Thursday.
So
Yeah,
if it's his project, I will concede and let him make that. So.
it looks like Better Days popped in, so
Mhm.
hello, hello. We're gonna do probably one or two more sprints if I can. Wrapping up, I would say before 2 o'clock, at 2 o'clock at the latest. And I have about 500 more words to go. So I'm going to keep moving forward. Are you ready to go one more round, Heather? Or you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not at the moment, but
Okay.
yes, I am definitely willing to do at least one more sprint.
Yes. Yes. And so my story right now, they're actually at the table. They just gave this battle speech toast, and so we're moving along. I think in about 500 words, I can get them moving forward to heading off into their destination because they already had one experience. Um, they came back in the old juxtaposition. I actually had them come back to place of origin, and they're getting ready to go out and have this larger battle. Um, so
Okay, cool.
if that makes sense, I hope I'm making sense. If I'm way off, someone please tell me. Uh, I've been trying to study story structure over and over and over again this last year. Actually, the last 2 years, all I've done is really soak in structure in books, and so I'm trying to keep it organized. And you
I'm
only
starting.
get better at writing if you write. You know what I mean? You only get
That's
better
true.
at writing in process if you keep writing in process. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you're working on your projects. Alexandra Sharp, yay. Welcome. We're going to do one more sprint, popping it up right now. And Heather, you want to do the countdown this time?
I'm like choking, and I need
Oh,
water.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. All
Okay.
right, everybody, stretch. Get a drink if you need to. Get up and move around. But most importantly, have your document up. And if you can, we all can, but if you will, put your keys on your keyboard and get ready to write in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's write for Nano. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you did well on that 20-minute sprint. And I counted my words. So let me just get that number. I am at 1,516 for today so far. So I think one more sprint, and I'm going to go over my 1,600 goal today. So that'll be good to meet that goal. How are you doing, Heather, on that sprint?
I am still putting the numbers together. So one moment.
And Alexander Sharp says, you sound like you're doing great. Whittling away at the 50K, slowly but surely, getting there. And I have a little friend here that won't leave me alone. These kitties, they need homes. So hopefully soon. Got a couple kittens that haven't found a home for yet. But super friendly. I don't know if you can hear it purring. All right, bye-bye. So, feeling pretty good about the day. Awesome. And probably do one more sprint for today, I would think, and then call it a day. I do want to let everyone know at 2 o'clock, Sako Toomey and Jenny Noble are doing a 5K day at 2 o'clock. So if you want to continue sprinting on, Sako Toomey will be streaming. You can always, as always, check out Devin Cutting's playlist for many writing sprints that fit your schedule. And I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm moving slowly. I could share a little bit probably. Let's see. I have to do a little editing in that part.
I have to do a lot of that.
I'll just share this one line. I may change it, so I might as well share it. So this is where the character is talking to the king, which is her father, and this is a conversation they're having. It says, I know it is not what you want to do, but it's what you must do. It's best if you like what you must do. Please, my daughter, it's what's best for all the kingdoms. You must understand and trust me. The king continued to eat his food as he nodded at the others around him. Arabella bowed her head and returned to her seat, feeling defeated in the situation. You'll never understand, she said. Arabella sat in her seat and picked at her food. She looked at her. I'm not going to keep going. So that's where I am right now. But I'm being a little goofy when I'm writing right now, so some of that might change.
Okay.
How are you coming along over there?
Well, I got 147 words. That's
Yay!
Yay! And so that is 497 so far for the stream.
Oh wow! Great.
Happy.
Great. Yeah, that's very nice. I did 1,516, so I got a little bit of ways to go, but I am plugging away. So I am pretty stuck in the story, so I'm trying to. There's less action and more situational right now. So, but the next scene is going to be a lot of action, writing a lot of action. So this is more of a build up to
same. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, very nice. What do you think? You want to get in one more sprint? I'm being so productive. I only have about less than 100 words to go for my goal. I'm like, maybe I deserve that other half of a sandwich over here, or better yet, maybe I deserve the cookies almost. Yeah,
I've already eaten all my food at my healthy food ish. So yeah.
coffee and cookies always make my mood good. So I haven't had enough coffee yet. You can tell. If you let me see if I can.
I haven't had
If
enough
you can
coffee.
tell, my cheekbones aren't that perky yet. I've only had 1 cup of coffee. So there's that. Maybe I need more coffee. You know, my cheekbones raise like 1/4 inch or so from coffee. So I'm feeling in a pretty good mood though. Moving right along in the story, and I'm feeling productive that I got those temporary chapter titles for myself done because I was just writing nothing. I was just like 1, 2, 3. You know, I was just writing the story, keep writing the story all the way through. So I did go through, and I'm trying to break up each section.
That helped me at one point, is not worrying about chapter titles and stuff like that.
And I'm typing single spaced, which
okay.
You know, I know a lot of people like to do the double space, but I feel like I'm just doing more when I see more words on the screen versus spread out. Right now. Right.
So, sure.
And I might feel differently when I'm going to make edits, but
yeah. And really, that's just for submitting purposes. It's not really for, you know, it's not really for, you know, for you. It's for others.
I feel like I see
back in the day, you would print it out and then you would edit in between the lines. So back in the day, back when I was, you know, editing on paper, that's what you would do.
I like to do that too when I have everything dumped out. I'll print it out when I feel like I've dumped out the whole story. So I have a couple things I've written that I feel like I've dumped out the whole story, but it needs a lot of editing. More editing. And so eventually we'll get there. So right now the focus is NaNoWriMo, meeting that 50K mark in 30 days. This is my 3rd try at NaNoWriMo, and I think the furthest I've gotten in 1 month is 30-some thousand words during Nano. So I'm really haven't beat what I've done already, but we're only halfway through Nano. So I feel pretty good. I want to get over the 25K mark this week. Maybe 30K this week would be great, and keep pressing along. So I hope you're all doing well. I see a few people are watching the stream. Not too much going on in the chat. I think I'm going to pop up the last sprint and get these last 100 words so we can get moving. And I think that'll bring us right up to 2 o'clock when Sako Toomey and Jenny Noble start streaming their 5K day.
Cool.
Alexandra Sharp says, woo, this is my first Nano. My friend and I are co-authoring. Wonderful. I have not co-authored yet. So
I have not, but I'm
just updated.
I'm about doing it sometime in the near future.
Happy writing.
Noise with my.
That takes a lot because you're accountable to somebody else to get the progress done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I may think of doing that once I actually get my book to publish on another project. But I feel like I can't start anything with anybody until I actually finish one for myself. So. And that's only my personal belief. Other people write differently and do better in different situations, but we're all on our own journey, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yep, everybody's journey is different.
I'm of a similar mind, though.
Yes. Well, a lot of things can be have a lot in very common, but still be very different. So.
Absolutely.
That's why we can use the same tropes in millions of different stories, and they're all different, you know. Yeah. But similar tropes. So that's how we get that. I'm gonna get the very last timer of this stream up, and you want to do the countdown this time? Are you good to go?
I wouldn't. That would be fine.
All right. This is the very last one.
While you're getting that up, let's see.
Well,
quick sip, and that is a good reminder that if you need to drink some water, please do. Also, yes, do what Bonnie's doing, stretching
yes.
the hands.
My back needs it.
My back needs it too. Stretch your hands, stretch your wrists. This is a good thing to do as well. If you have carpal tunnel, this one's a good one. Oh, and I popped my wrist, so that's good. So yeah, and the only other thing I can think of is sit up straight in your chair. This is really good for you. If you're ready, Bonnie, we can get the sprint started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint.
Welcome back, everyone. I want to thank you, all those of you who joined Heather and I today in writing sprints for Nano. And I hope you come back and sprint with us again sometime. And I was pretty productive. I don't know where I put my phone, but how'd you do?
I dictated 171 words, and sometimes I adjust a few things. Like if I see that it's because I'm dictating, it'll be 2 words instead of 1. Instead of 2
I see what book you have in your hand.
Oh yeah, I was also doing some reading as well. Yes, this is really great. I'm really loving it very much. So I sometimes I will separate that. It's 499 plus 171.
I'm at 1,697 words this morning for sprints. So I've had a productive morning. I hope you all have too. And I'm feeling pretty good.
Awesome. I have written 670. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's that good, better, best thing I kept talking about. It's more than 500, so I'm very happy.
Yeah. I'm trying to eat that frog every day. It's just taking me more bites some days than others.
Yeah, same here. And I have now gotten to this point where there's this sort of character. It's kind of a character. I guess it's a character. That is going to give my main character a run for her money. And that's all I will say.
Sorry about that. I got a phone call.
That's okay. So yeah, you might get a kick out of this scene. I hope. Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm looking forward to finishing this scene. So I might
it's always good. I'm trying to get myself charged up for the next chapter. So this is going to be the bigger battle, not the small. They already went through a challenge that was a pretty good challenge, but it's not quite as big as this battle. So getting there step by step. Yeah. Trying not to rush the different plot points, the different beats. I'm trying not to rush them so I can keep my chapters consistent and full and flowing. And it's a lot to think about when you're writing,
There really is, that's one thing a non-writer doesn't know about writing a book. Aren't you done with writing your book yet?
Right. Oh yeah.
There's so much to keep in mind, from plot and character and setting and just learning about structure, as we've been talking a lot about.
That book you're reading is great. The K.M. Weiland.
I'm so grateful that I finally
story arcs.
Yeah. I didn't mind the outlining one, but that was this is a little bit more beneficial for me, I think.
I like it because that book helped me get a better in-depth look at story arcs and the different types of story arcs, and it helps you guide through so you don't get stuck when you're trying to figure out how to help the character change.
Right. Yes.
Or exactly. Move through the story. It's very guiding. Like literally you could write your whole story based on reading that book. So it was a really good book for character-driven stories. So
good.
Yep. I do want to let everybody know before we go that Sako Toomey and Jenny Noble are streaming at 2 o'clock. They're probably on right now. They're doing a 5K day. So if you want to continue writing and sprinting, that's the place to go. Links in the chat. And do you want to give a little outro, Heather, before we end the day?
I can do that.
Sure.
My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I am continuing working on my book, and in so doing, I will be streaming tomorrow from noon to 2, as per my usual, and then probably next Tuesday. We'll see how it goes because my kid will not be in school. So, chaos may ensue. He might just end up crashing the stream, which is fine too, because that
That's
way
fine.
everybody gets to see his cute face.
Mhm.
Let's see. The only other thing I wanted to say is, if I didn't mention it earlier, I think I might have mentioned my Etsy shop,
Yes.
but I'm actually running a sale in my Etsy shop for the month of November. It's 15% off. And I wanted to do a sale prior to December because of
Do you have a
possible
wrench? Maybe
issues.
next time, make sure you put it in the chat.
I was thinking of putting something in the chat. Let's see here.
Yeah, sure. And
And I will do that.
we're gonna shut down in just a moment though. So, feeling good. I hope you all had a productive writing day. And if you're just getting started, like I said, Sako Toomey and Jenny Noble are starting their 5K day sprints. And you can always check out Devin Cutting's playlist. Lots of sprints. I actually like to go through in the morning or the night before and set reminders for all the streams that I am interested that work for my writing time. And be sure to check that out. And Heather, did you put it in?
I didn't have it prepared, so
That's okay.
it's taking me a little longer than I thought.
We'll have it tomorrow when you do your stream, right? Just put it in the stream tomorrow.
It's in a link to my shop is in my description. So
sure, wonderful, and have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. For more productivity. Bye, everybody.